that time to this. And you clearly don't see this, you don't look for it, you don't understand it. Instead, you tend to take whatever the president and his administration, which stole the last two elections, you take what they say.
This is why I got a C+.
You take what they say as being true,
I don't.
and you tend to blame the victims whenever you look at social
problems. You're not listening to my radio show or watching this show.
I watched it enough
because when I think Republicans are wrong or the administration is wrong, for example, immigration, spending to buy ports, I'm outspoken. Here's what bothers me. I don't care that you're a socialist. Frankly, I think it's idiotic. I think we've proven that it's a failed system. But putting that aside, you can be a socialist, but if you're going to punish me in your class because I am a Reagan conservative, if you wish you can give me a lower grade because you don't like my political views, that's what's wrong with education today.
Well,
because professors like you are punishing conservatives.
I've been there for 40 years, and as a socialist, as an open socialist, and if I had done that, there would have been so many complaints that I still wouldn't be there. You didn't complain.
No, I actually did. I went to the end of the class. Now, for some reason, I don't remember it was you, but I do remember the arguments I had, and I do remember that after the class, I went and I spoke. I assume it was you. I thought it was Roloff's. I don't know why. But I said, I want to know why I got this lower grade. And you know what your answer was? I don't discuss grades with students. Does that sound like you?
Well, I discuss grades with some students. It depends what they have to say.
But you didn't. It was obvious you didn't like me because I supported Reagan. It was obvious.
Look, at a place like NYU, there's so many students who supported Reagan, just as we have lots of students who support Bush today. So I can't possibly give people lower grades because I disagree with them.
Let me ask you.
No, it has to do with how you look at American society. And if you look at American society in a way which simply takes the views of the administration with a couple of minor exceptions, and defend the 2% who are at the top of society and tend to. So you believe in
redistribution of wealth. You think the American capitalism, corporations are evil. You think the war is wrong. But there is no. The only thing I can say. Do you not believe we have to fight Islamic fascism?
I think we have to fight it, but we have to first try to understand it. And
that's what Bush believes. The only difference between you and him is that you disagree with the time and the place.
I think there might be a lot. Let me just ask you very quickly about International Endowment for Democracy.
Yes.
Because you've got this incredible organization that's going to really bother Mr. Hannity when you explain what this is.
I think so. We think that the country which needs democracy more than any other in the world today is the United States, especially after the 2 stolen elections, and especially after what's happened since, a war based on lies. Policy which makes the top 2% of the population.
You feel we are a failing democracy?
We are a failing
from other countries.
We need to have the support of the whole world, which is suffering from the actions of this this so-called democratic regime. We have to get support from them to help turn things around, and we have to do this.
Is the United States a force for good in the world, Professor? Is the United States a good country?
A good. I don't know what that means.
Is the United States a force for good in the world?
I think your point here is that we are such a powerful country that with the help of other nations, we can use our force for good because we have the ability and means to do so, but aren't using it to our full potential.
We aren't, and if people want to look at the website, which is www.iefd.org, iefd.org, they'll find an appeal to the people of the world for help to try to make our democracy into a real democracy that works for everybody. And they'll also find an extensive critical democracy library, which would be of great use for teachers and professors out there.
Let me ask you a question to pick up something Sean said. Why is it that socialism, as you envision it, has never existed in the world? And is that not a reason? I mean, if it were not a failed system, would we not have already achieved the kind of society you would like to see?
The emphasis has to be on what we have now and what is our potential to do better with the means available to us. And we have now a system which is the richest in the world, but where the wealth is very poorly divided.
But why isn't the kind of society you want to see ever exist?
The society, because there have been too many people, like unfortunately the people that are on this station, who shill for the super rich and manage to allow them to fool the people out there.
We let you on this station.
Well,
this is probably a mistake.
Why do the majority of people in the United States who are not rich shill for people whose interests are not aligned?
Because they get very good salaries, and if people want to see
we sell advertising there.
If people want to see something different, I would encourage them to have a look at
All right, I got a last question,
Now,
then I got to go.
where they would
Here's my question.
Democracy Now.
Democracy
I have two
Now,
last questions.
where they would see the real news instead of the phony news at the time that we get on Fox.
Here's what I want to know. Is America a force for good in the world? Has it been?
Has it been?
America hating.
Regime hating. I hate the regime which has stolen the elections, which you defend, which you have been looking into the stolen elections.
All right, I want you to do something. I want you to go back and fix my grade. You should have given me an A.
You're still upset about this?
I'll go back and change the grade, but I'm going to do my best to see. Probably too late to do it.
I still don't even think it's you. I don't know why you're making it lower with me.
I'll do my best.
Can you make it down? Bring it down a couple of notches?
I'll do my best.
All right.
IEFD.org.
Typical
That's
socialist.
the place where you'll find
he wants free advertising
of where
he's afraid to pay for it.
This nation is going. I think that this is something that the people.
We're out of time.
Thank you very much.
We're finished with the socialist professor, but we